Yo, what's good? Gurkha13 here back in the day, and today, guys, Playground Games has just finished up their brand new Series 8 live stream, talking about all the new updates and cars that are coming to Forza Horizon 4 this upcoming month. Now, I am very excited about a lot of these brand new cars, and that's what I'm going to go ahead and cover today. Now, for those of you guys unaware what a series is what makes up the 4 seasons: summer, autumn, spring, and winter, which is 4 weeks of content. So there is a lot of stuff that is going to start coming this upcoming Thursday, April the 11th. But like I was saying, this video is specifically about the upcoming cars, because I know that's what a lot of you guys are interested, and I am very excited. Some of these cars I have specifically asked for in other videos. As well, I actually have a planned video where I was going to be asking for one of the cars on this list, so I am pretty damn excited about that. But right now, let's go ahead and talk about all the new cars that are coming this month. So before we begin, I wanted to talk about the festival playlist update just a little bit, because there have been some complaints from individuals about festival playlists. I actually really like the new festival playlist update. I think it's a great way to get players involved and keep coming back to Forza Horizon 4. But a lot of people were actually pointing out the fact that, you know, originally the 100% completion reward was a little too difficult to obtain, so they knocked it back down to 80. But then there was also some complaints from the Xbox Live Silver community who were saying, hey, even if we complete all the challenges, we're still only able to rack up to 70%, so we can't get that 80% reward. Well, I got good news for you guys, because Forza has listened, and that reward, the 80% reward, is going to be a card that has already been in the game and has been obtainable through some other means. What this means is things like the Hot Wheels Twin Mill or the Rip Rod are going to be those 80% rewards. They're still going to be exclusive, or maybe they'll just be like very expensive cars in the auto show, but they're cars that people have already been given the chance to obtain. All the brand new cars that come are going to be put into the 50% reward category, making it so that you guys are still going to be able to get those rewards. So now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and start things off with summer, which is going to be the first week, which will last from April the 11th to April 18th. Now, the 50% reward for your summer playlist is actually going to be a brand new car, this time being the 2018 Mercedes-Benz GT 4-door. For those of you guys unfamiliar with this car, basically this vehicle is essentially the Mercedes-Benz GT Coupe, but they added 4 doors. So what you can do is you can stick your kids in the back seat and then head out for the track day, which is a hell of a lot of fun. You can have your wife in the passenger seat, your 2 kids in the back, everybody fitting nice and comfortable, and then just pedal to the metal and throw this car around a corner, get some nice skids, get some nice drifts. It is going to be a hell of a lot of fun. But after that, what we have for the 80% reward, like I was saying earlier, is actually going to be the Hot Wheels Twin Mill. Now, this will be the second chance opportunity for people to get their hands on this car, and it is just an absolute insane vehicle. This thing has not 1, but 2 V8s sticking out of the front of it. That's ridiculous. It puts out so much horsepower. It is mind-blowing. I think it's probably around, I think it's like 1,300 or 1,400 horsepower. It's just absolutely crazy. It is uncontrollable and so difficult to drive, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. Now, in the seasonal championships, you're also going to be receiving 100,000 credits at least every single season, so that is pretty cool. So you'll be able to get your hands on 400,000 credits, maybe buy a new car that you've been really wanting to get your hands on. As well, this week, you'll be able to get your hands on the La Cucaracha horn, but most importantly, you're going to be able to get the brand new Mercedes-Benz X-Class in the Mercedes Cup Seasonal Championship. This is one of those vehicles I was talking about earlier. I was making a list of like 10 vehicles I really want to see come to Horizon 4, and this was a car that was on the list. So I'm actually really excited for this thing. I saw it in the Crew 2. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. But on top of that, it's basically a Nissan Frontier, or for those of you guys over in Europe and other countries not like America, it is the Navarro. So this is a pretty damn cool car to be coming. The Mercedes-Benz X-Class is basically just a nicer version of the Navarro, so we'll keep that in mind. So next up in the autumn season, which will last from April 18th to the 25th, we have, for the 50% completion reward, a car that I had prayed to the Forza gods. I made a video reviewing this car in Forza Motorsport 7, and after reviewing, I'm like, Forza, for the love of God, please put this in Horizon 4. Please put this in Horizon 4. and they have answered my prayer, as this week we are going to be receiving the Ferrari 599XX Evolution. I am so excited. This car is absolutely insane. It handles so well. It's got such great power. It is one of my favorite track cars to use now in Motorsport 7. But then coming in at the 80% completion reward, we also have the second chance opportunity to get your hands on the Mercedes-Benz 280 SL. Now that is going to be pretty awesome as well, but we also get one more exclusive car this week, which is going to be the Plymouth Fury in the Bad to the Bone Seasonal Championship. Now, like I was saying last week as well, you will get a 100,000 credit reward as well as a silver waistcoat, which not really excited about that one, but you know, I guess it's just something else to add to the collection. Take it out of your wheel spin so you don't have to worry about getting it again. Now, moving things into winter, for the 50% completion reward, we have the chance to get another brand new car, this time being the 1967 Chevrolet Chevelle. Now, the thing about the 1967 Chevrolet Chevelle that's really kind of near and dear to my heart is, if I ever win the lottery, this is a car that I'm going to buy for my mom, because for some reason, she really loves this car. And the reason why she loves it is because her grandmother at the time had a pink 1967 Chevrolet Chevelle. I kid you not, she had a pink Chevelle, and I think that's awesome. I think that is freaking awesome. Then for the 80% completion reward, you will have the chance to pick up a Lykan Hypersport. Now, the Lykan is not an exclusive car by any means. Like I was saying earlier, they're going to try and make these 80% reward cars, you know, something that people can get their hands on. But it is quite expensive, so it is still going to be worth it to go ahead and pick up, because it costs 3.4 million credits, but it does have 780 horsepower and 707 pound-feet of torque. That is pretty awesome in my opinion. But then when we move on into the trial, we also get yet another car that you can already buy, this time being the Terradyne Gurkha. For those of you guys who don't know what the trial is, that is your co-op seasonal championship, the one that everybody hates to do because you have to rely on other people. But that's beside the point. But the Terradyne Gurkha is also rather expensive, costing 450,000 credits, much less than the Lykan Hypersport. Only has 300 horsepower, but does double that in torque to 660 pound-feet of torque, and then weighs a staggering 16,500 pounds, 8 tons of metal. This thing is bulletproof. I mean, you can drive this thing through any street in Chicago and you are going to be absolutely fine. The other thing though that I did want to say about winter is you will be able to pick up the Karate Master emote for the seasonal playground games. You get your 100,000 credit reward, but the one event that I really like is you're going to get a terrible reward, which is the Quack Wellies. But the name of the event I love because I know somebody was watching Dodgeball when they were thinking about this, because the challenge name is the Dodge, Duck, Dip, Dive, and Dodge Seasonal Championship. I love it. I love it. I love the reference. Thank you, Forza. Then finally moving into the spring season, the 50% completion reward is amazing. I think a lot of you guys are going to be very excited because it's a car that probably so many of you have, or your parents have, or your cousin has, or somebody that you know has, because it is just a very popular car over in Europe, and that is the 2009 Vauxhall Corsa. And not like, you know, a VXR version or anything like that. It is just a plain old Vauxhall Corsa putting out a staggering 70 horsepower. That's right, my dudes. This Vauxhall Corsa is getting 70 horsepower. At least that's what I think it is. They haven't exactly released what engine they're going to go ahead and throw in here, because it could be as low as 57 horsepower if it starts off with the 1-liter Ecotec inline 3 engine. That would be insane. That would be insane. 57 horsepower. I'm going to assume that they're probably going to go middle of the line here and go with 70 horsepower. But this did come out to a maximum of 123 horsepower from the 1.8-liter Ecotec inline 4. So there is that to bear in mind. Then moving on to the 80% completion reward. Unfortunately, this is the first week where we are not going to be getting a car for the 80% completion. Instead, we're going to be getting a custom outfit. This time being the Rabbit outfit, but you'll be able to complete the ensemble by competing in the Seasonal Trial Co-op Championship, which will give you the rabbit ears. Then, unfortunately as well, we're not going to be getting an exclusive car or a brand new car or even a very expensive car at that during the Seasonal Championships. Instead, doing the Blast from the Past Seasonal Championship, you'll be able to get your hands on the 1986 Lancia Delta S4, which cost a whopping 146,000 credits. Most people, if they really want this car, will be able to go ahead and buy it on the auction house or buy it out of the auto show. You know, you'll be able to pick this car up relatively cheap. It's not really that big of a deal to get this car. But the one thing that I think more people are probably going to care about is there is a piece of clothing that, you know, actually a lot of people really like, and that is the modern white race helmet, which will be coming as well during the Spring Community Championship. So that is something else to think about. Now, what about our series rewards? Well, I am going to say this. The series rewards are a little bit disappointing. For the 50% completion for the series, you will get the Alfa Romeo Giulia Forza Edition. I've had like 4 of these now. I can't give them away. Oh my gosh, why are we getting this car? That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks a little bit. But the 80% completion reward is the one that a lot of people are going to want to get their hands on. Unfortunately, though, for you Xbox Live Silver players, you're not going to be able to get it. It's not an exclusive card, but it has been very rare and has eluded me the entire time that I've had this game, and that is the Crown Victoria. So if you guys do not have the Crown Victoria, you're going to need to get 80% completion throughout this series, because you'll be able to pick up one absolutely free from your series rewards. But now let's actually talk about a brand new car pack that is coming to Horizon 4. However, though, some of you guys are probably going to be disappointed to learn what the car pack actually is, because it's not really a new car pack. It's something that we've known about for quite some time. We just didn't know that it was coming to Horizon 4, because this car pack has already launched in Motorsport 7, but a lot of people in the Motorsport community thought, that's kind of a silly car pack. Why don't you throw that into Horizon 4? It'd probably do much better over there. And that is the Barrett Jackson Car Pack. That's right, my dudes. The Barrett Jackson Car Pack is finally coming to Horizon 4. But right now, let's go and take a look at the cars that we have. Starting things off, we have the 1932 Ford Double Down, which in my opinion is probably one of the best looking cars in this car pack. It's pretty powerful. It's been converted to all-wheel drive. And honestly, it looks fantastic. It looks like some nice person's hot rod. I really, really do like this car. After that, what we have is the 1959 Plymouth Atomic Punk Bubbletop. When I see this, I just think, oh my god, someone's just going to steam that Bubbletop off just by being in the car. They're going to breathe and you're going to get steam all over it. It feels disgusting to me. I don't know why. I can just feel like the cold sweats of sitting in this thing. But it does look like something that would come out of some sort of futuristic sci-fi show, maybe like the Jetsons or the Fallout series. Honestly, that would be kind of cool to see this car in like Fallout 4, just like sitting abandoned somewhere and you could pick it up and go. That would be dope. After that, though, what we have is the 1970 Plymouth Hemi Cuda Convertible, which just looks like a Plymouth Hemi Cuda convertible. I mean, it's pretty much straight up what it is. Same thing with the next car, which is the 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS Barrett Jackson Edition. And then we do have a car that I actually do kind of like, which is the 1975 Ford Bronco Barrett Jackson Edition. This does look a little bit more custom than the other two. I really kind of like how this looks. We already have a Bronco, though. We already have a Bronco, but for some reason, I think that this one just looks a little bit better. Then we have the 1932 Ford Roadster Hula Girl. Okay, it's called the Hula Girl. I'm thinking that's probably because it's got a Hula Girl on the dash. I actually haven't seen a picture of this. I'm going to look it up right now. Nope, it actually just looks like an old Ford Roadster coupe. That's basically all it is without an engine cover. That's all it is. It has no hood on it. Okay, whatever. Then finally what we have is the 1963 Shelby Monaco King Cobra, which is the only car that I believe actually should have been in Forza Motorsport 7, because this thing is a prototype racer. It's very, very rare. There were only 2 of these ever made, and like I said, it's a race car. It's a race car. Put it in motorsport. That is fantastic. But also that it is coming to motorsport, or not motorsport, it's coming to Horizon 4. That is going to be a lot of fun. It'll be able to join some of its Shelby brethren. So but anyway though, that's where we're going to go and wrap things up for today. Leave a comment down below. Let me know which car you guys are most excited about and whether or not you're excited that the Barrett Jackson Car Pack is coming to Horizon 4. If you don't already have the car pass, let me know. Are you guys going to also pick this car pack up, or are you just going to let it go by the wayside? As well, if you guys want to, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at twitter.com/Gurkha113 and Instagram.com/Gurkha113. And if you guys like this video, go and make sure to hit that like button down below for us, because you guys already know your support is so greatly appreciated. And make sure to subscribe for more videos coming out all the time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. Bye.